I was taught through it about it wasn't Ishmael that was being sacrificed, it was Yaakov, it was Jacob, who was the one, or Isaac, I mean, who was
right,
the one.
Isaac, yeah. No, that's wrong. It's his firstborn. The promise was firstborn. Who was firstborn?
Ishmael.
Finished. It's finished. Because the ones who always fight between themselves usually is the brothers. Okay? People, the closer they are, the more they want to fight, the more they want to compete one against the other. Their competition is to get the more honor. Some people do it properly. Some people, they do it very sneakily. It is said that Islam learned to worship one God, the Muslims, from the Jews. It is said that the Christians learned their religion also from the Jews. This is wrong. To worship one Lord is not special to the Jews. To worship one Lord, this understanding, it is given to everyone. The Jews were a chosen people. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala placed His favor on them. Yes, once upon a time. When the first man came, Adam, from paradise, did he know how to worship one Lord, or did he worship 10 lords? One. Was he Jewish? No. He taught his children, there's only one Lord. There's no other ones. And I am a prophet. I'm the one from Him to teach you. That is exactly what Islam is saying. La ilaha illallah, Adam Rasulullah. When Nuh alayhi salam, he told his people, turn yourselves to the Lord, otherwise the punishment is going to come. Given the order to build a ship and everyone to go in there, plus the animals. Did he worship 10 lords or one? One. Was he Jewish? No, he wasn't. Nuh alayhi salam. In Islam, there are 124,000 prophets. 124,000 prophets. Allah is saying in the Quran, to every people we sent, to every nation we sent a messenger. So in the African nations, there's a messenger that's being sent to them, or messengers. To the Eskimos, messengers. To the people living here, to everyone, there is, Allah is saying, no, I'm only going to send to this one. Everyone else, they're not going to know about me. Never. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is more fair and more just than us. He's not only saying, no, these are my children, these are not my children. No. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, everyone, they are my creation. And everyone has a way to reach to me that is special. And everyone I reach to them, that is special. And Allah is saying, I'm closer to you than your jugular vein. 124,000 prophets were sent. 70,000 of them came from the Bani Israel. From the Bani Israel. 70,000. The Arabs and the Bani Israel, they're cousins. The honor now, the fight and all of that, the honor is because there is going to be one last prophet that is going to come. And that last prophet is going to be the greatest prophet. That last prophet is going to be the prophet of mercy. That last prophet, anyone who are believing in him will have the highest honor in this world and in the next, especially. And the Bani Israel, they were hoping it comes from their line, but it didn't. It came from the line of the Arabs, from the line of Hazrat Ismail alayhi salam. You understand? So, there are certain things that needs to get adjusted, certain things that needs to be balanced. There's so many things that we believe that are similar, but there's so many things that are not the same. It cannot be the same. There's similarity in spirituality between the Christians and the Muslims. Huh? But it is not the same. We don't believe in shirk, partnership to Allah. We don't believe in the Trinity. Isa alayhi salam did not believe in that too. Jesus did not believe in the Trinity as well. You understand? There are things that is also, there are so many things in Christianity that is similar. Okay, we can sit and we can talk. There are certain things is not similar. You don't want to talk about it, don't talk about it. There are certain things in Judaism, especially in terms of the law, that is very similar. But there are so many things it is not. Don't speak about it if you don't want to discuss. Agree to disagree. Then we can be getting along. We don't have to sit down and argue. No reason for that. The teachings of Islam, it addresses so many other things that came from the earlier prophets in the nations, and it balances certain things. Understand? So now, the nation of Ismail alayhi salam, it is not just blood. It is anyone who is believing. You cannot be a Jew if you don't share the blood. You can convert, but that is not the same. Your father can be Jewish, your mother is not Jewish, you're not Jewish. Your mother has to be, correct? Okay. In Islam, your parents don't have to be Muslims. Definitely, because today's people, they're very idiots also. They still think that Islam is Arab, Arab is Islam. They say, oh, you're a Muslim, that means you're Arabic. No. You understand? So your parents don't have to be Arabic, they don't even have to be Muslims. You can be a Muslim? Yes, you can be a Muslim. You don't have to study Islam, come in front of a panel of people to prove that you're worthy for the religion, and then they say, okay, now you're a Muslim. No, it's between you and Allah. It's very fair. Do you recognize there is only one Lord? Yes. Do you recognize in all the prophets as prophets? Yes. Do you recognize in the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ as his last prophet? Yes. You're a Muslim. Now how much you want to take with that faith, how close you want to be, now that is up to you. But to know that Allah has sent the best example as the Prophet ﷺ, if you want to be like him, you have to follow him. You cannot say, I follow another way, I'm still the best. You cannot. So slowly, step by step, inshallah rahman. This Kaaba, it was built. Although we cannot really say that, because the present Kaaba right now, it was already demolished by the authorities, and this is new. Nice Italian marble everywhere inside. The first Kaaba that was sent down, it was from the paradises. When the flood of Noah happened, and the water is not a water, the water is like acid, it burns. There's a water coming from hell, and it's draining in one area in the world too. In the Akhir Zaman, that area is going to come out. All the things, that water is going to come out in the Black Sea area. So, when that flood happened, and when the ship of Noah was traveling on the water, when it came to the Hijaz area, to today's Saudi Arabia, the ship now circled around, counterclockwise, 7 times around that area there, making the tawaf and then going. That is already lifted, but the area is still there. That is an opening now, one of the openings to different areas, to the paradises, to different areas that you can reach. After the flood had subsided and everything, some time passed, people are still going there. It is even stated in the Old Testament and the New Testament. Mecca was called Bakka, and they were going there because that is the first place of worship in the world, and that is the most holy, that is the most ancient. It predates anything else, and it is a command now for people to go and to visit the house and to come back. So when Ibrahim alayhi salam, he was given the order with his son Ismail alayhi salam. It wasn't with Ishaq too, it was with Ismail. Hazrat Ishaq has a different secret, different job that he has to do. Ismail has a different job. His work was secret, And his work was hidden, away from all civilization, in that valley where there's nothing there. And his secret wasn't about to come out, because from Hazrat Ismail alayhi salam is the secret of the last prophet. He's carrying the light of the last prophet, the Prophet Muhammad alayhi salam. And it wasn't until thousands of years later. So it's kept hidden. So when it was built, when he built it with Hazrat Ismail, and then after that, Allah is saying to his Prophet Ibrahim, now call out to the whole world, call out to the whole planet, call out until Judgment Day to all believers to come to the Kaaba. And he did. He called out and everyone heard him. The ones in the world, the ones in the skies, the ones in the other, all souls, meaning of mankind, heard, which is why everyone has an invitation to go there, which is why it is made an obligation for us to go there. To come back, to understand, to go through that doorway that is going to link us back to the paradises, to have a taste of the paradises. That was a portal, an opening. And so, some time passed, and the Kaaba was came down a couple of times. Let's go to the time of the Prophet ﷺ. There was a flood, because it was a valley, and there's a flood, and they had to rebuild. A few things also happened before, during the time of his father and his grandfather, that they built the Kaaba. They found certain things there, but the Kaaba came down, it was rebuilt, and there is a stone there, the black stone. It came from paradise as well. It was that stone. It is one of the signs and one of the last connections that we have that's directly from paradise. And to pass by and to kiss that stone, it changes you, because it has the DNA of whole of mankind. It changes you, it wakes you up. Because physically too, you need to change. Don't think after the grave, then that's it. There's no physical body. Our soul will be given back into our bodies in the grave. Don't think our bodies are not going to be there on the Judgment Day. It will be there, but it has to transform. It has to change. Different places, different atmosphere, it has to change. So, when the black stone needed to be put back there, everyone, all the Arab tribes, they wanted to have the honor to put it there. This is before the Prophet, he declared himself a prophet. Everybody loved him. They call him Al-Amin. They call him Siddiq. After he says, come, follow me, you have to follow me, that's the time they turn against him. And he said to stop them from fighting, because, you know, people fight over everything. Back then and even now, over everything. For nothing, people are fighting. Oh, especially the Arabs. Oh. So the Prophet ﷺ now, he says everyone to bring one big sheet of cloth. He put the stone in the middle, and he made all the chiefs of the tribes to hold one end of the cloth, and they all carried, so all of them had the honor. He himself, he put it back into the Kaaba. So the Kaaba came down a few times. Last time that it came down, let's say, it was built in with different materials too. Yazid burnt it down during his time. Then after that, the extreme Shi'is from Iraq, they burnt it down again, and they took the Hajar Aswad back there, and that's when it split, it broke, and they brought most of it back. And so, the present Kaaba, it is definitely not from the time of 1,000 years ago. They've already jackhammered everything, and they built a new one there. But it doesn't take away the holiness Right now, it is in the hands of the wrong ones. Soon, it will be in the hands of the right ones. And they're going to build it according to that special way, inshallah, to that holy way. So, from that time too, all the nations, different tribes, different nationalities, they were going to the Kaaba and they were worshipping there. Because it is a very old and it's a very ancient ritual that was made obligation for everyone. And Ismail alayhi salam now, his grandchildren, from that side, the most prized one is the Holy Prophet ﷺ. And from that, the teaching of Islam then spread to the whole world. We consider ourselves now the millet, the nation of Ibrahim. Even if you're Chinese or you're Pakistani, you're white or you're black, it doesn't matter. You're Jewish or you're Christian, it doesn't matter. We belong to the millet. Understand? So, the firstborn. Yes. I remember one time when we went to the prayer vigil. Do you remember? We had a prayer vigil for the earth, and this was an interfaith gathering. We went there, alhamdulillah, we finished 7 years. And we had a ceremony in the beginning. It was the next day, it was Sunday morning. And I was standing there, Chef, and he sent me, he says, go and do something. And then there was an old Jewish woman who would come, and she would also say some things to show the similarity. One priest came, said something. I didn't say anything. She came up, in fact, she just passed away, like maybe a year ago. Short old woman. She studied a lot of Judaism and also so many other things, so many different kinds of spirituality. And she's saying, I just want to say something to everyone. I said, yes. I think we might have that recorded, if Nazim was not sleeping, but one day. You have that? No. He says, I have to say something. He says, set the record straight. I say, yeah. He says, I want to say, especially with the Sufis that are here, to all my Muslim brothers and sisters, that the right of the firstborn falls on Ishmael, not Isaac. I was surprised. I said, I didn't give her any money. I didn't, praise her, do anything to her. She's saying, it is there, it is in our books. She's saying, he is the firstborn. It is not Isaac, Ishmael is. So I just want to set the record straight. They are the ones, da 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 da. She's saying that. I said, alhamdulillah, very good. I have to pray for her. It is open. But that is not a major thing also that we fight about when we have somebody coming here, not because it's very low to say, no, I'm first, no, I'm first, no, I'm first, no, I'm first. Forget it. You want to say, take it. Who cares? You understand? But we know that cannot be. The only thing that they can say, oh, Hazrat Hajar, she is not a wife. She is a concubine, you're saying. So they're saying Hazrat Sarah was a wife, and Hazrat Hajar, she is not a wife, she's a concubine. She is a wife. The firstborn. Anyway, wife, now wife, who is the firstborn? Ismail alayhi salam. We la tufarriqu aydihim. We don't make any distinction between the prophets. You understand? This is the meaning of one ayat that we're reciting almost every day. Allah is saying we don't make any distinction between the prophets. This is what we mean. We don't put one prophet down and we put one up. We don't have to put any prophets down to put another prophet up. All the prophets, they are up. Because the Jews, in order to put more belief in their way, they even go so far as to say Jesus, Isa alayhi salam, was a child of adultery. Worse than that, they are saying. It is in the Talmud. Huh? Which is not right. You say because he doesn't have a father, that means he's an adultery child. Hasha astaghfirullah. The Christians go to the other extreme, saying because he doesn't have a physical father, that means his father is God. Tawbah astaghfirullah. So the one in the middle way is saying, no, He is not God, he is not just, he is a prophet, he is the Holy One. And he will come back. He is coming back. We are preparing for that too. He will finish his term, then he will go, inshallah rahman. Khair. May Allah forgive me and bless you. Fatiha.